It's the most visual time of the year. People are very curious about Christmas and me and how it works for me because, let's be honest, there's a lot to look at Christmas time, isn't there? And I really don't know a lot of it. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna try and describe some things, that are iconic Christmas things. Let's see how I do. Let's see if I can get them. Or if I even know what they are. Santa Claus. All right, I'll describe Santa for you. This will be like a police sketch. Santa to me, from what I can gather, from what I've heard, is a big guy, big fella. I think he's probably tall as well as big, right? What else? He's got a big red suit on, a big belly, right? Oh, a big long beard he has. What else? He says ho, ho, ho all the time. And, oh, he smokes, doesn't he? He's got a... Hey, wait a minute, though. How come Santa can smoke in a store and nobody else can? I don't get that. A snowman. A snowman, well, he's a man made out of snow. Boy, that's good. Well, listen, from the song, I know that he's got a corncob pipe and a button nose and two eyes made out of coal. But that's all he is, right? And the rest of him's just all snow, isn't it? I mean, like the face is the only thing about a snowman that's got any sort of defining characteristics, right? The rest of them's just snow, isn't it? Like, does a snowman even have legs? Or is it just, a couple of balls of snow with this head on top with the pipe and the nose and the coal and everything? But boy, how do you make snow arms? Because wouldn't they fall off of him? Well, I don't know. Christmas tree. All right, so a Christmas tree is a big pine tree, with lots of branches. Well, it's got a base and it sits in that stand, right? It's got the water on the bottom so it can drink. Open bar, everybody. And just loads of branches on it. And I guess it's green because that's what color I would think a tree is, right? Yeah, so just a big green tree with all needles all over it. And, a couple weeks later, all those needles are on the carpet. Christmas elf. Wow, this is good. So I would think an elf would be like a little person, maybe no more than about 3.5, 4 feet tall. I don't quite know what they'd wear. I guess they probably wear Christmas colored clothing, right? So green, red, and white. They're great workers, right? I mean, the toy shop's going all year long. I don't know if elves smoke like Santa. You never see them in a department store, so maybe they do smoke. Can you imagine? You go down to the factory and it's all, oh, geez. Oh my God, the elves are killing me this year. Candy cane. Well, a candy cane is a long stick with a hook on the top, right? So it's long and then I think candy canes are red and white, right? Because isn't mint sort of red? I don't know what the white's for, but I guess it'd be swirls, right? Because they go all the way up and around. So red and white swirls, I'm gonna guess. And like, one of them is probably a half a candy cane too many to eat. A reindeer. I don't know. I'm gonna guess like a reindeer looks like a horse. I figure a reindeer's gotta look like a horse because they're pulling a sleigh, right? But they can fly. Oh, wait, do reindeer have wings? Is that how they fly? I don't know. I'm gonna say, well, but then if they had wings, they'd be like a Pegasus, right? I don't know what reindeer look like. But I'd like one. Flying around town on a reindeer would be cool. Snowflake. What does a snowflake look like? See, that's funny because, all I've ever heard is that snowflakes are like fingerprints and no two are alike. I imagine a drop of water would be like a little ball, right? Just a teeny tiny little ball. So a snowflake that, that it would be frozen, so therefore it would expand a little bit. So it would be this sort of flat thing, but maybe this flat little circle with different sort of contours in it and things. I'm not quite sure, honestly. I don't really know. All I know is that, 2.5 feet of them is no fun to walk around in. Christmas tree is funny to me because people will drive hundreds of miles to go see the tree like, at Rockefeller Center. Or, even in your own town, they do a tree lighting and it's this giant thing and everybody shows up for it. It's a lot of fun. But I don't know, what's wrong with your tree at home? Why would you go somewhere to enjoy that big giant tree? I like my tree. We went and cut it down and then brought it home and decorated it and listened to Christmas tunes while you're putting the thing together, stringing up the lights while the old man's yelling and freaking out because they don't work. Like that, Christmas is fun.